It is clear to any casual observer that Sir Arthur Lewis means a lot to the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. His face graces the EC $100 bill and has since 1993, when the ECCB issued a new series of currency notes in October to coincide with its 10th anniversary. 30 years ago, for the first time in the Eastern Caribbean, the new $100 note featured the portrait of an eminent personality from the region, the late Sir Arthur Lewis. The next year, when the new headquarters of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank officially opened on Saturday, October 29, 1994, a bust of the late Sir Arthur Lewis was unveiled. The bust is located on the first floor of the Honorable Sir K. Dwight Venner Building. 2 years later, the ECCB introduced its Sir Arthur Lewis Memorial Lecture.
ECCB's inaugural Sir Arthur Lewis Memorial Lecture was held on the 14th of November 1996 at the National Insurance Scheme Conference Center in Castries, St. Lucia. Professor Ralston Milton Rex Nettleford, Caribbean intellectual and cultural giant, was a keynote speaker at this event.
The ECCB has held the Sir Arthur Lewis Memorial Lecture every year since 1996 up to 2019, and it will resume with the 25th edition of the lecture on Thursday, December 7th, 2023. So who was Sir Arthur Lewis? He was born in the Caribbean island of St. Lucia on January 23, 1915, to parents who had immigrated from the island of Antigua about a dozen years before. Those who know his life and legacy will simply describe Sir Arthur Lewis as the first. He was the first Black student at the London School of Economics, where he graduated with first-class honors. The first Black teacher at the London School of Economics, where he also attained a PhD in industrial economics. The first Black faculty member and Britain's first Black professor while at the University of Manchester, where he stayed until 1957. While there, he developed his most important concepts and published in 1954 what was to be his most influential development economics article, Economic Development with Unlimited Supplies of Labor.
At the ECCB, we celebrate and immortalize the work of Sir Arthur Lewis. His seminal work, entitled Economic Development with Unlimited Supplies of Labor, has helped us understand how our ECC economies transition from agrarian-based economies to more modern economies. It has helped us to also understand the role that foreign investment plays in economic development, and even how trade with advanced economies affects our developing economies. We even saw the Lewis model being applied in countries and jurisdictions such as Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and South Korea.
The first Black full professor at Princeton University, where he served on the Ivy League University's faculty from 1963 to 1983. Sir Arthur also set up the Caribbean Development Bank and served as the CDB's first president from 1970 to 1973. He was the first and remains the only Black person ever to have won a Nobel Prize in the science subjects. In 1979, Sir Arthur received the Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences for pioneering economic development research with particular consideration of the problems of developing countries. He was the first from within the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union to win a Nobel Prize. Sir Derek Walcott, who was also born in St. Lucia, won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1992. During his remarkable career, Sir Arthur Lewis also served as Vice Chancellor, the equivalent of President of the University of the West Indies. He died in Barbados on June 15, 1991, at the age of 76. Sir Arthur left to mourn his wife Gladys, who was born in Grenada with whom he had 2 daughters, Elizabeth and Barbara. He is buried in the land of his birth, St. Lucia. Sir Arthur was a trailblazer whose legacy lives on in the culture and ethos of the ECCB.
I issue a call for collective action. I issue a clarion call for a strong decade of resilience and transformation. Call it a big push.
Today, we take the opportunity to honor the life, legacy, and intellectual prowess of Sir William Arthur Lewis. The ECCB welcomes you to the 25th Sir Arthur Lewis Memorial Lecture.